Hi and welcome to the Free State Arts Festival. I'm Ricky Meiberg and with us today we have the cast from Buiteland. Hi guys.
Hello.
Would you please introduce yourselves?
I'm Jacques Bessinger and I play the character of Jacques in the play.
I'm Kopano Maruja and I play the character of Sizwe in the play.
I'm Neil Coppen and I'm the writer-director.
Okay. So this production was nominated for 6 Ghana Awards at the Car Coin Car. That is pretty amazing. Can you please tell us a bit more about this production and what it is about?
I think that's a good one.
That's your field, guys.
Yeah, that is your field.
It's quite hard to sum it up because it's about a lot of things which you experience when you see it. It really is a kind of experience that, basically was inspired by 2 friends of mine, an Afrikaans anesthetist and a Zulu sangoma and choreographer. And I imagined a meeting of these 2 characters because I thought their lives and their stories and what I was hearing from them were incredibly different culturally, obviously, but there was a lot of very interesting kind of weird warped similarities between the 2 experiences they were going through. So that was the start of the journey of the play, and it's a very involved, complex, hopefully very engrossing hour and a half that you'll spend in the theatre. We have Elise Kaywood in it as well. The cast come from all over South Africa. We have people from Cape Town, Durban and Johannesburg that have all kind of come together to tell the story. Yeah, and it particularly follows the journeys of these 2 men and their relationship with their mothers, their spirituality, their sexuality.
So this production is obviously not the first time it's been to a festival. Does it ever get easier for you guys to get on stage and do a production? Do you ever feel like, okay, no, it's not that bad, I've done this
We
before?
all got to bed at 3 o'clock last night doing a technical rehearsal for it because it's so technically complex.
Okay.
So easier in that regard, no, because a show of this scale, it's very ambitious visually. So it's very hard to get it on the stage in a short amount of time that festivals give you. So the festival's been amazing here in allowing us that time, but it does mean some very late nights trying to get it ready in time.
Maar ek dink in terme van performance, I don't know about you, but dit word nie noodwendig makliker nie, maar dit raak gemaklik.
Okay.
Omdat dit so 'n komplekse stuk is en omdat die karakter so kompleks is, het ons regtig in die repetisietyd. Dit was moeilik om te punt presies wat is dit waarmee ons besig is, want die stuk kan so baie goed gaan. So in terme van dit het bietjie gaan settle, want ons het dit by K&K gedoen in 2 Grahamstown. So dit word 'n klein bietjie makliker van daai oogpunt af, maar dit is nog steeds it's a huge production to kind of take on, and emotionally as well, you know, knowing what's ahead, it really takes a lot. So yeah, it gets easier, but it doesn't, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before this production, have you ever worked together?
No.
Well, you look like friends that...
the last time. That's why we can't put together.
I guess that's what happens when you put people through an intense process. You get close to them very quickly, you know, because you've got nowhere to hide. So I do feel like I've known these people forever, but it's actually...
Tell me, what do you want people to learn from this production?
I think what's really great about this production is the complexity that it gives to the kind of contemporary South African conversation of like all the divisions that we're experiencing like culturally and socially, and it gives an opportunity to look at those kind of like political collisions with nuance. So to not necessarily say that this is this and this is that and these things can never come together, but it's just really complex. It's a complex on an individual level to kind of like understand your sexuality and to understand your own spirituality and your own cultural trajectory when it comes into contact with one that's so different from yours, but one that you're immersed in, like being a person who's indigenous to Africa and then engaging with the Western system of knowledge that literally saves your life in some parts, but also inhibits the ways that you can culturally practice is very difficult. So yeah, it engages with all of those complexities, but it doesn't give any easy answers. It's kind of having the conversation, is kind of like throwing up all of this like emotion and pathos and ideas, and saying like, yeah, let's have a conversation about it.
Okay.
An audience finds it very, I think from experience too, it brings up a lot of stuff. It doesn't matter who you are. I think it's not difficult experience to watch. Like I said, it's engrossing, but I think there's something very moving about it. It's about mothers and sons too, that relationship. We all have that. We all understand a relationship with a parent or a difficult relationship with a father. I think everyone brings a large part of their own lives and their own stories. It's a very kind of specific work to South Africa too. I think they're trying to tackle these complexities, obviously not beginning to solve them, but definitely just opening up little boxes of questions that maybe we all have and are trying to grapple with, and certainly like start a conversation. I think that's the point. And we have audiences that leave and said for days after they've been talking about it, and images come up in their minds again, and they're grappling with it, and they're excited about what it kind of opens up. And that's the point of the theatre we all hope to make, I think, and what we hope to achieve with this production.
En dit is belangrik, you know. Ek dink dit is belangrik. Ons land is op 'n baie spesifieke plek en ons kan nie, we can't hide from it. En ek dink dit is belangrik dat ons kunste dit weerspieël, en hierdie stuk doen definitief. Soos wat hulle gesê het, dit vat ons regtig na 'n plek toe van wie is ons almal in Suid-Afrika en hoe gaan ons vorentoe beweeg en hoe gaan ons okay wees in hierdie plek, want ons weet nie wat vorentoe lê nie.
Yeah. This was also rated 16, sex, violence and language. Did you get any feedback?
Oh, wow. Yeah, he wrote it.
Did you get any negative feedback on that?
You know, it deals with supposedly controversial, which shouldn't be controversial in this day and age, we would hope. I mean, we're all beyond that now. We've progressed as a society. These things shouldn't be considered taboo, but there's a lot of, you know, in very conservative societies, a lot of the stuff may be considered taboo, but it's definitely not trying to be controversial in a way that's shocking and going to, you know, it's really does, I think, very gently and with a lot of sophistication and humanity, exploring these very complex things that may not be what you believe, or, I mean, it looks at faith a lot too, and not just Christianity, but different ways of believing, different spiritualities, and how dare we judge another person's belief systems based on just what we know, and it's a time for a kind of openness around learning from each other rather than just going, this is who I am. So it's definitely not, it's not risque, I wouldn't even say, or trying to be, you know, use shock tactics to get its message across. We've had audiences who we were, you know, in Oudtshoorn, and we thought, maybe this may alienate a lot of people, but it didn't. We had the opposite effect. We had people who we thought might be very kind of, no, this is not my... They were so moved and inspired to come talk to us afterwards and engage about it, and that's the point. It's really trying to take these kind of difficult subject material or subject matters and do something that really opens a conversation where it feels inclusive. The whole audience is not, we're not trying to push you away from these things, but rather say, let's embrace them and talk about them. So there's nothing there that I think will offend you deeply or leave you, you know. Do you think so?
Children for life.
No, I mean, this is the interesting part about theatre, you know, like, it depends on the individual. Dit hang af wie jy is as mens, maar die stuk forceer niks op jou af nie. Dis letterlik net gebeure wat afspeel en jy as die individu kan besluit hoe jy daaroor voel. Maar nothing is done on purpose. Like, the way it's written, it has to be there. Everything that happens in the play has to happen. It's completely motivated, so...
And you're only naked for about an hour of the hour and a half, right?
Scintillating.
That is so true.
That was a joke.
That was a joke, yeah.
It's about 5 minutes. Right?
Sorry, ladies, jokes.
We're trying to sell tickets here, you know? Jacques and Cabana, come and see these beautiful men.
And then I'd just like to ask, when and where is this production showing?
Okay, so it shows on... It starts on Monday evening, maandag aand. Is it 8? At 8 o'clock.
I think so, gosh, my schedule's a bit...
By die Buiteland Marathon. And then again on Wednesday. No. Tuesday.
Wednesday off and then on Thursday.
And Thursday. Ek is nie seker wat die tye is nie, maar dit is by die Buiteland Marathon. So as jy daar gaan rondhang vir 'n paar uur, dan...
You may just catch us.
Just hang out there.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. So do not miss out on Buiteland at the Buiteland Theatre this week. Thank you.